Hello and welcome to another update video about COTI. COTI is now in this wave 4 support area, which we talked about in the last video already. I think I shared with you two support areas in the last video. I've simplified it now a little bit because they basically did overlap to a large degree. And it seems like we're in the larger wave 4 at the moment, which could possibly turn into an Elliott wave triangle in wave 4. So we're going to talk about that. Quick look at the bigger picture. Two scenarios still on this chart. I've got in one scenario here, obviously the idea that this is a larger ABC structure, highlighted in yellow because we have a three-wave move up into the 2021 high, early 2021 high as an A wave, and then possibly a flat structure in the B wave to the downside, which unfolded as an A wave, which bottomed in July 21 at around 8.8 cents, an overshooting B wave, which topped at around 71 cents in October 21, and then a C wave to the downside, very long and draining correction. Hit here one of the levels, I think it was the golden ratio level actually. Quite interesting to see that it exactly hit that 61.8 fib level. Yep, 61.8 fib at 3.5 cents, and it reacted to it. That was in October 2023. I always find it quite interesting that despite the fact that most coins moved up then, it hit exactly the fib level. So as if it was a signal to say, okay, we can turn around now. You could have drawn a trend line here. I mean, that's often the case at the end of bearish cycles in crypto, that if these trend lines break, it just goes. Now, it has gone quite nicely. The microstructure to the upside looks corrective, so I'm leaning to the idea that it's either here some kind of a diagonal in wave C or in the B wave. Okay, so let's talk about those two potentials. The idea is that in the yellow count, obviously we have this ABC structure. The problem is the C wave should normally reach the 100% extension. We talk about $3.42, maybe a bit ambitious. I mean, sometimes only the 78.6 extension, that's $1.28. Even that's somehow ambitious, but sounds more realistic maybe. It depends, it depends how long the bull market really lasts. But we have obviously here a structure in which I would argue we have three waves up already. So this might be the fourth. I mean, the fifth wave is probably not going to be that extended. Okay, so I'm thinking, I don't really get good confluence, I want to say, between the smaller degree structures and the larger degree. That's just a bit something that I'm observing. Okay, it might very well be that it's going to be much more bullish than I assume. For example, that C wave, okay, might stretch out much further, maybe to the 1.236 extension, who knows? And then what we currently see might just be a wave 1, then we get a wave 2 pullback, then a wave 3, then a wave 4, and a wave 5. I mean, why not? It's possible, okay? But with altcoins, we have to take it level by level. What we need to be concerned with at the moment is, does the immediate support area that I have on the chart, does that actually hold? But that's the yellow count. And then in the white count, it's a slightly different structure. In the white count, the bull market top could be in shortly, because we would say, okay, this was a different structure and the move down was an A wave. This is A, B, C in white B, and then we break down. So in this scenario, after one more high, a top could be in, because we would be dealing with an ABC structure in wave B in white. So it would be A, overshooting B to the downside, C wave rally, and what we see here as 5-wave move would be the C wave, yeah, and that would work out quite well in terms of proportions. But I mean, obviously we all prefer yellow, right? I just want to mention that it might just take only one more high and a top could be in, but it would allow for one more high anyways. So I'm still focused on higher as long as we're holding micro support here. We had this wave 1 to the upside from the October low. That was a wave 1 into the December high, then a wave 2 pullback into the January low, a strong third wave, which is only a 3-wave move. So I would argue that this is an ABC structure because we're dealing with a diagonal. The wave 1 was an ABC as well, and the wave 5 should be an ABC as well. Yeah, and this wave 4, and that's sort of what we're dealing with right now. This wave 4, I mean, it might turn into a triangle. Wave 4s tend to be triangles. I haven't seen many triangles sort of this cycle, I have to say that. That always changes a bit from cycle to cycle. If it's a triangle, we would be dealing with an A, B, C, D, E. So it would be A wave, B wave, C wave. We might now get the D and then an E. And that would be the wave 4. Okay, so that's how a triangle would look like. As soon as wave E is in, we might see a breakout to the upside, which should be quite rapid. Confirmation of the breakout is the break above the B wave high at 26.8 cents. Reality is these triangles tend to morph into something different. For example, a more complex WXY structure. It could be W, X, Y, and this is an A, B, C, and we just go a little lower. Important is, as I always say, not so much the microstructure, but what are the support levels. And as long as the 9.7 cent level is holding, this can still count as a fourth wave, But ideally, it's forming just a triangle would be the most straightforward move. Any support levels here are, or below the current price, are 14.6 cents, 11.9 and 9.7. And I would still be watching for one more high, as long as the wave 4 here is especially unfolding as a triangle and holding support. Yeah, that's my update about COTI. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.